talk about something really interesting, the special micro ecosystems. So these are very tiny places where living things like animals and plants live together with things like water, sunlight, and air. Even though they are small, they are like mini worlds where everything works together. A microecosystem can be found in nature, like inside a tree hole with rainwater, or even in a small plants that eats insects. It can be made by people, like aquariums or terrariums, where fish, plants, and tiny bugs live. Even if it's just a little space, it can have many different creatures living and helping each other. These places are really special because the animals and plants inside them can't live just anywhere. They need that exact kind of place to survive. So even the smallest spots in nature can be full of life, and that's what makes them so amazing. Now, let's hear from Faith. Faith will tell us about some interesting examples you might see around you.
Examples of special microecosystems. First is we have tree hollows. Inside old trees, you can find hollow parts that collect rainwater. These hollows become tiny homes for frogs, insects like mosquito larvae, and algae. They create a small aquatic ecosystem high above the ground. Second is we have pitcher plants. These are carnivorous plants that have a deep cavity filled with water. Insects fall into it and bacteria help break them down. Tiny organisms also live inside, creating a self-sustaining microenvironment. Third is coral reef micropatches. Even in just 1 square meter of coral reef, you can find different fish, algae, snails, and other marine creatures interacting. These tiny reef zones have unique species relationships, depending on water temperature, light, and current. Then, next we have terrariums and aquariums. These are human-made ecosystems. A terrarium might contain soil, plants, and insects in a sealed glass container. An aquarium may include water, fish, snails, and plants. These setups show how microecosystems function and are often used for education. Lastly, we have soil microhabitats. If you take just a handful of soil and look at it under a microscope, you'll see bacteria, fungi, tiny worms, and protozoa. These organisms help with decomposition and nutrient recycling. Soil is one of the richest microecosystems on Earth.
So why are a special microecosystem is important? They support biodiversity, giving life to organisms that might not be survive in a larger ecosystem. They show how organism is interact in a small space, who eat who and who depends what. So they help scientists to understand ecological balance on how even small changes affect the whole system. So artificial microecosystems is like terrariums are useful in science, education, and letting us observe of what up close.
So in key feature of microecosystem, there are 4. So first, we're going to discuss the small size. Small size usually found in a limited spaces such as in plant patches of a land or water. Next is the unique environmental condition. Each microsystem has its own light level, temperature, humidity, or a pH level. Next is the specialized spaces. Organisms living there are adapted to survive very specific condition. Fragile and sensitive. Even small changes like pollution, temperature change, or drying out can destroy the ecosystem.
In conclusion, special microecosystems may be small, but they are full of life and meaning. From tree hollows and pitcher plants to soil particles and aquariums, these tiny environments teach us big lessons about nature. They remind us that every part of the ecosystem, no matter how small, plays a role in keeping balance in our environment. Let's continue to explore, understand, and protect even the smallest ecosystem around us. Thank you for watching. We hope you learned something new and interesting about special microsystems.